With, to this point, three very promising and very exciting additions in free agency, the Ravens could go just about anywhere at 14. I got very excited about the player I watched last night for the first time, and he will be who I have the Ravens selecting with their first pick. In the first round at pick 14, I have the Ravens selecting David Ojabo, edge, Michigan. He was very early on a popular mock to the Ravens. I see with the signing of Zadarius Smith an even higher likelihood that the Ravens draft him. There's going to be a good player at 14 available for the Ravens. His upside for me is too much to turn down. As I said, I watched him last night for the first time in detail, and I'm going to be doing a video on him hopefully in the next day or two. He looks to me like a guy that'll get you between 10 and 15 sacks in year two. Early on, he'll be mixed into the rotation, but I see a guy that's going to be a terror off the edge. I see him with a higher upside even than Owe. But if you look at the linebacker room with the addition of Ojabo, you have Ojabo, Owe, Dalen Hayes, Bowser, Zadarius Smith. So you have a young room, but a very hungry, fast, athletic room. With pick 45 in the second round, I have the Ravens selecting Roger McCreary, cornerback. To me, he's an elite cover corner with versatility. He's always close in coverage, very physical in run support, has good ball skills. In round two, you're getting a corner that you can move inside and outside. Really like him for the Ravens, excels in press coverage, but I don't see too many holes in his game overall. In the third round at pick 76, I have the Ravens selecting wide receiver Jalen Tolbert. My opinion is that the Ravens will not invest in Marquise Brown beyond this year. I like Jalen and what he offers. I think he's a well-rounded receiver that can beat you all over the field, plays with quickness, sharpness out of his breaks, has a really nice kind of pivot route underneath, but he can beat you deep as well. He's very good after the catch. Hands are not great, but they're good. He can big body guys. To me, he's an ascending player. He may be gone before this, but I like adding him to the wide receiver room. At pick 100 with the Ravens' third-round compensatory pick, I have them selecting offensive lineman out of LSU, Ed Ingram. With this pick, the Ravens select a starting left guard day one. This would move Ben Cleveland to more of a backup role, and I think back to his most natural position, which is right guard, to come in a year from now behind Zeitler, and you'd have a really, really potent run game offensive line between he at right guard, Ed Ingram at left guard. He's off the ball quickly, plays with good pads, and he moves the line of scrimmage. I think he's got much better lateral quickness than does Ben Cleveland. I think as a consequence, he is a better pass protector right now. Again, I think he comes in and starts. Looks good on pulls. Looks good on double teams. Again, generates movement at the point of attack. At pick 110, I have the Ravens selecting running back Kyren Williams out of Notre Dame. Kyren is one of my pound-the-table prospects. I think he fits the Ravens great. Kyren did not have a great combine. I think that makes him fall into the fourth round, but I like everything about Kyren's game. Superior vision as a running back and superior make you miss. Great third down player. Good in the pass game, excellent in pass protection. At pick 119, I have the Ravens selecting Brandon Smith, linebacker out of Penn State. To me, Brandon's a project of sorts. You hope you can bring him along after a year. I think he's a core special teams player. Really, really good athlete. Has sideline-to-sideline speed. Very good size. To me, he's kind of in between Malik and Patrick with the things that he offers potentially. He needs to get better at taking on blocks. We say that about Patrick Queen, but it's true of him too. I'll see him kind of turn away from him. I think some of that has to do with how he was used at Penn State. Just a lot of kind of zone drops, a lot of matching up with tight ends. Those are things that he's actually very good at right now. I'm not sure he's got a great ability to process or has great play recognition, But these are things that can be coached. That's your plan anyway with such a great athlete, with such good size and good length. At pick 128, fourth round, I have the Ravens selecting tackle out of Southern Utah, Braxton Jones. Braxton, again, has great size, really, really good length. He's a swing tackle. He can play left and right tackle, but he's probably a year away as well. I think he got away with that strength and that length against inferior or a lower level of talent. If he can learn to use that length, he's going to be an effective tackle on either side, to my mind. One of the things I see that he needs to work on is that outside hand placement in particular. That outside hand is often very high and wide, and as a consequence, he'll let smaller rushers get under him outside. I would really consider taking Rasheed Walker in the third round over the wide receiver, perhaps taking a wide receiver later, but I just went a different way with this mock. At pick 139, fourth round, I have us taking defensive lineman Neil Farrell Jr. out of LSU. He's another one of my favorite prospects, plays with great leverage, very, very difficult to move in the run game. I think he's got upside as a pass rusher, very, very quick off the ball. And again, that explosion coupled with the fact that he plays with good pad level at his size, I think he's 6'3", 6'4", but 330 pounds, to me, opens up the possibility that he can be a better pass rusher at the next level. With the 141st pick, I have the Ravens selecting offensive lineman out of Virginia Tech, Brock Hoffman. I got turned on to this prospect by Cole Jackson. Watch his breakdown if you haven't. Brock is a guy that's played every position on the line, has very good length for an interior blocker. He is our center. We're not going to get a Creed Humphrey type prospect in this draft, but I think we can get somebody who can replace Bozeman. This guy's got great size, plays on fire, very violent, a great finisher, versatility in that he can be moved all around. But I think this guy's going to be make a run at starting for the Ravens at center. Just to run down all the picks again, I have the Ravens picking David Ojabo at 14, edge defender. At 45, I have the Ravens selecting cornerback Roger McCreary. In the third round, I have the Ravens selecting Jalen Tolbert, wide receiver, and Ed Ingram, interior O-line. To start the fourth round, I have the Ravens taking Kyren Williams, running back, at 119. Brandon Smith, linebacker out of Penn State, followed up by Braxton Jones, offensive tackle, and Neil Farrell Jr., D-line, and then finally another offensive lineman, Brock Hoffman. I did take a look at one of those mock draft simulators to see who would be around in the sixth round. I couldn't believe it, but Jermaine Waller was there. If he's there, yep, that's our sixth round pick.